Greetings, everyone. Yesterday, when I did my video, someone asked a question, why do you speak in parables? Now, it gave me an idea for today's video. These are some Jamaican parables, and I'm going to get into them. But before I do that, I want to ask the question, how strong are you? You will be facing a decision not very long from now, and you're going to be asked to do a particular thing. And many of us, when that question is presented before us now, we'll say, no way, I'm not going to. But really, are you being honest with yourself? Is this the time for you to really evaluate that question to say, how resounding will that no be? I'd say 144,000 people will be able to say no in the whole world. But the majority who now say no will say yes. Now, if you pose that same question to me, I don't know. I don't know. See, these things are easy to say when you're not faced with the task of saying yes or no, when your back is not against the wall, when you are not able to take care of your financial needs, your medical needs, take care of your household needs, take care of your family's needs. How resounding would that no be? So in history, when you look at history, whether it be American history or African history or Caribbean history, and you look at very strong people with large following, once the head is removed, the other persons comply. It's a known fact. It's the best way to dismantle any group or any organization, by finding out the ones who are the strongest among them and remove them. And if you look at workplace situations, for example, if a whole group of people are not happy and they decide that they're going to go to whomever is in charge to complain, to bring their grievance, usually one person is appointed to be the spokesperson. But when they get there, oftentimes when the spokesperson speak and highlight, the concerns of the group, and if those who they're complaining to say, well, if you're not happy, then maybe you should find another job because there are many people waiting for this position. When that leader looks around, there is not going to be anybody around. More than likely, they'll disappear. And so when we're not faced with choices or decisions to make that impact our life and that of our family, it is always easy to say no. For me personally, I always say to myself, if whatever decision I'm making is going to put me outside of the guidance and the love of my ancestors or my guides, then I know at that point I might as well not be alive. If whatever I do, if whatever decisions I take will not allow me to gain the protection and the love and the guidance of the ones who brought me in this earth, the ones who have guided my hand and my feet and my mind, then at that point I know, what is the point of life? Do you think if you're asked to do a particular thing, and if you don't do this thing, everything that you know as your norm will be gone? Are you still able to say no? Answer me in the comment section. Now, here's the fun part. I'm giving you 10 Jamaican proverbs, and I'm going to do my best to try to interpret it or tell you what it means. So the first one is, "Tan pan crooked, cut straight." And this means that regardless of the path you find yourself on, oftentimes hardship, just be encouraged and to understand that, it might seem like a long stretch and it might just seem like it's an unending, unwinding road, and you're not going to see the end of the rainbow, or you're not going to see a clear path. Just continue on that course. Stay on that crooked pathway, because eventually things will straighten out. Number two, Every day bucket go a well, one day the bottom must fall out. Regardless of who you are or what circumstances you find yourself in, um, wear and tear every day, years and years you think, oh, why does these terrible things happen to me? Or why are these individuals having their foot on my neck? Just understand that they're so long that someone can oppress you or suppress you before they themselves find themselves in a position where they have to answer for that. 3, long run, short catch. So oftentimes we find ourselves in certain situations where we are given a long stretch, we're given a long rope. People think that they can do as they like, they can abuse people at will, they can just, take advantage of individuals that are weaker than themselves. And sometimes some people feel like they can do anything they want and they get away with it. But though the rope is long, though you have the opportunity to just go out there and do, and you think forever you're going to get away with this thing because it's what you're used to or accustomed to doing, one day, no matter how long and far you run, you eventually come to a dead end. Long run, short catch. Cow never know the use of him tail till fly blow him a. And I'm saying rare for the purpose of this video. So a lot of times we have things and we take it for granted. In this time, can you think of something that you took for granted, or someone that you took for granted, and now that you don't have access to this thing, or you're not able to see these individuals, what are you missing? What are you then realizing how useful this thing is in your life, or this person is in your life? You never know the value of people or things until they're removed. 5, get it, no want it, no get it. There are a lot of people who have access to certain things in life and they don't really appreciate it. But those, they have it, they don't really want it, they don't appreciate it. But then want it, no get it means that, people want it, people will be desperate for your opportunity or your situation, and unfortunately they don't have access to this, or they don't have an opportunity to get your opportunities or to do some of the things that you're able to do. So those who have it don't appreciate it, those who want it oftentimes don't get it. 6, sometimes coffee, sometimes tea. The older folks used to love this thing, and usually they use this at time when there's hardship. Coffee would be something that is more of a delicacy, and tea is something that you're more familiar with. And so, sometimes things are going to be up, sometimes it's going to be down. Just settle yourself and just be patient. Things will work out. 7, and every pan and knock you fi attend. Meaning that it's not every invitation you get you should accept. It's not every opportunity for you to speak you should open your mouth to speak. It's not everything that is happening or seems so beautiful, opportunities even, that you have to accept. And every pan and knock if you attend. Number 8, if fish they are gully bottom and tell you say alligator have gumboil, believe him. It's kind of similar to the part where it says if somebody show you who they are, believe them. So if someone is in an environment, and they're familiar with certain things and they come and they tell you based on their experience, it would make sense for you to at least heed their warning or listen to what they're saying, or at least research or investigate. If someone tells you something, as is this time that we're living in, individuals are coming out and telling us plainly what's happening, and people are being skeptical about the event. Don't be skeptical about the event. Maybe you might be skeptical about the things surrounding the event, but it is where it is, and you can't live in denial. If someone tell you something, you don't necessarily have to believe everything you hear, but at least research it. If someone demonstrates something and you're seeing it manifest in front of you, seeing examples after examples, and understand that there's something that isn't right here, and the person is telling you or showing you what it is, and showing you examples and things like that, it's stupid of you to say, well, let me go down to the bottom of the ocean to go see for myself, because what you might do is expose yourself to danger. If the fish their gully bottom and tell you say alligator have gum boil, believe him. And also people show you time and time again who they are. And somehow you want to make them something else that they're not. You want them to become what you feel comfortable with them being. And it's very silly to be that way. Number 9, not expect nothing from a pig but a grunt. Same thing I've always said. Don't put a snake to your bosom. You know the nature of the snake. No matter how much you dress it up, it is still a snake. Not expect nothing from a pig but a grunt. So if it has a particular nature or characteristic or character, stop being surprised about what this thing, this person, this animal is able to do. Last one. No ramp with maga cow, akuda bull I muma. So maga cow, don't take for granted or don't underestimate anyone, because you might look at someone and they look like a weak fence and you want to go and jump on that weak fence and they might surprise you. Don't think that this person is not a worthy opponent, because you never know what they have planned. Don't underestimate the plans of anyone, because when they're determined to bring it to pass, it's going to come. And if they can't bring it to pass under one name or pseudonym, they're going to bring it to pass under another. Don't ramp with maga cow, akoda bull, I muma. So, things might seem subtle, the behavior might just seem innocent, and the person might just look weak. But you don't know what is their backative. You don't know who they know. You don't know what their plans are. You don't really know exactly how strong or weak someone is from just their appearance. You don't know how serious a message is based on how the person presented, because someone can yell and scream at you and they won't harm you, and someone will speak very softly and sweet and kindly and they could pose great danger to you. Stay blessed, everybody, and drop some more in the comment section, any other parables that you know, and let's keep this conversation going. Stay blessed, everybody.